the erosion of the blood, colored liquid, and the emergence of abilities. The sarcophagus suddenly emitted a dull thud. The blood-colored liquid gushing from the cracks flowed back up along her fingertips, tracing the double helix pattern of the virus on her arm. Adrian's silver dagger flew out of his hand, and the handle automatically fit into her palm, an upgraded version of the resonance between the silverware and her blood when treating the wound 3 days ago. "Look at the mural!" Adrian suddenly pointed behind the sarcophagus. On the damp stone wall, the scene of the 1462 Holy War was melting away, revealing modern graffiti beneath. Her father, holding her as a baby in front of an icebreaker, with a huge crack in the Arctic ice layer in the background, and Adrian standing on the right, holding a rose-patterned dagger identical to the one on the sarcophagus. As the blood-colored liquid flowed over Isabella's wrist, she suddenly saw the singer's memories. 3 days ago in the sewer, black sewage had risen above her ankles, and blood-red lines had suddenly shot up under her skin, exactly the same as the virus map in Adrian's notebook. At the end of the memory, a man wearing a silver pocket watch changed the label on the test tube from Type B blood to Vessel Candidate. It was Adrian. "You knew I would be infected all along." She took a half step back, the silver dagger growing hot in her palm. "The opera singer was your test subject, wasn't she?" The trembling of the silver dagger and the crack in trust. Adrian's Adam's apple box and the chain of his pocket watch tinkled softly in the silence. In 1894, the first case of silver moon disease had a rose mark on the back of the neck identical to yours, he said, his glasses fogging up. "I traced it to the blood tax train of the Dracula faction and found that they were cultivating the virus in humans with type B blood until I came across your father's relic, the Ventru ring engraved with your mother's name." The blood-colored phantom of the sarcophagus suddenly split into 7 streams of light and drilled into Isabella's birthmark. A 3D projection of the Paris sewer system appeared on her retina, with all the red markings pointing to the underground palace of Notre Dame. And at the coordinate point in the Arctic Circle, a red light was flickering in sync with her heartbeat. "They're hiding the first-generation blood beneath the Arctic ice," Adrian said, his voice suddenly urgent. The crack in the sarcophagus widened to the width of a palm. "Before your father was executed in 1890, he implanted a fragment of the reliquary into his heart. Now, the prince's consciousness is searching for it through your blood." 5. The collapse of the underground palace and the blood-red prophecy. The sound of shattering stones came from